Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Get Fit for a Purpose. I'm Jo, and in this episode, I want to cover off a really underrated tool that you can use to help you on your wellness journey. And even better, it's free, and that's journaling. So, whether you're navigating perimenopause or menopause, you're just struggling to manage your weight, or simply looking to improve your overall well-being, journaling is something that you can easily do that's actually really powerful to help. So some people think about journaling and sort of think, what's that all about? How can writing things down really help? But evidence shows that actually it really works. It's a little bit like brain training. Let's explore how simply jotting down a few notes every day can really make a difference. So let's start with one of the most compelling benefits of journaling, and that is just about tracking your progress. So taking a few minutes a day to make a note the positive things that you've done, it gives you a tangible record of those positive actions where you can see your achievements laid out before you. It's about creating, I suppose, a visual reminder of things that you've done, changes that you've made, how far you've come. And for those tough days, we all have them, when it feels like, oh, you're not making any progress, you're not moving forward. Having something tangible that you can look back on, that can really help provide you with some motivation to kickstart you back, the motivation you need to keep going for the walks that you've done, the workouts that you've done, the healthy food choices that you've made. It reminds you how those made you feel. And it's like having, I suppose, your own little personal cheerleader, a mini you that reminds you of your successes and encourages you to stay on track. The other benefit is really getting an insight into and an understanding of your patterns. Everybody's different. Most people underestimate how helpful it can be to just understand yourself a little bit better. So when you journal regularly and you include things about your daily habits, your moods, your experiences, you start to see trends that you might otherwise miss. So whether it's how your mood fluctuates during your monthly cycle, maybe you'll see your stress and anxiety increasing at the same time each month. If you're aware that your hormones are having a direct impact on your mood, your energy levels, your self-talk, then you can plan for it. You know what it is when it arrives. You can sort of label it. I know what this is. Shouldn't let it get me down. You know that it's going to pass. You know that in a few days it'll be gone and you'll automatically feel a lot better. So you almost need to tune it out. And you can learn to tune it out when you understand the pattern. And habits, of course, are things that you do on autopilot. And the worst habits are those little things that you do day in, day out that don't align with your goals. If you're having a day, or maybe a few, a few days back to back, when you go off track, maybe you're not moving as much as you know you should be, or perhaps you ate loads more than normal. Just taking those few minutes to jot down actually what happened, how did you feel, and think about the circumstances that led to it. What triggered that behaviour or that inaction? And the key, of course, is to reflect on what you could do moving forward to try and stop it happening again. Some healthier choices you can make to minimise its impact if the same scenario props up again. Focusing on what you can do to help yourself and learning from the experience. So the reflection of what's going well and what's going not so well and looking for solution, that's all working on self-awareness. And that is what you need to be able to do to make some lasting change. None of this is about beating yourself up. It's about helping you identify what triggers certain emotions or behaviours. Some of them might be in your control and some of them, like your monthly cycle, might not be. And it's also about identifying when you have a great day. What made that day great? What made you be in a good mood that day? What components were in that day that made you feel like that? And it helps you understand what's working well for your body and your mind when you know what was present in that day that made you feel good. By recognizing those patterns, that gives you something to work with so that you can make some informed decisions that lead to positive lifestyle changes. Managing stress is another great area where journaling has been proven to help. There is something really therapeutic about putting your thoughts on paper. It's like having a conversation with yourself where you can vent, reflect, and I suppose process that emotion. It helps you look at what it is that's stressing you out more objectively when it's written down on paper. So I like to draw a parallel with, and I think we've all done this, you're stressing about remembering to do something tomorrow. It's on your mind as you go to bed and it's bugging you. Now, we all know that the simple act of writing a note for yourself, a reminder, and popping it on your bedside table or maybe in the kitchen next to the kettle so you see it first thing, that will help you remember in the morning what it is that you need to do. And it also allows you to go to sleep more easily because you've got it off your chest, because you've done something positive, you've taken some action to help you do what it is that you need to do. And journaling's really similar. It just gets something out of your head, records it so that you can use it later, so you can learn from what it is that you've been through. If you're new to journaling or you're just not sure where to begin, I've got some prompts to help get you started. And these are just designed to make the process easy, even if you've never journaled before. So, one simple prompt is just to write down 3 things that you're grateful for each day, 3 things that made you happy. And focusing on the positive aspects of your day, that can help lift your mood, just give you a sense of contentment. It's a great way to start or end your day on a really positive note. Another prompt is to think about the highlight of your day and why it stood out for you. I also like to make a note of something that I can work on or something that I can do to make tomorrow better than it was today. Because journaling is an opportunity for you to focus on what matters most. So it's some dedicated time to reflect and plan on the good things and the things that you can make better. I'd really encourage you to give it a go and see how it can make a difference for you. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, share it with anybody who you think might benefit from journaling. Until next time, bye!